I'm not ready. Now I'm ready. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, you know that I love cheesy 80s movies, and today I wanted to talk about one that is near and dear to my heart. Because I grew up watching it, but most people would probably consider it a dumpster fire.
Boo, you suck!
And in my opinion, most people are wrong. So, let me set the scene. Imagine a fish out of water story in which an alien creature is forced into our dimension by way of a scientific accident and must learn to navigate our planet, figure out a way to get back to his own planet, and save our world from H.P. Lovecraftian creatures. Now also imagine that this movie has a very healthy budget for the time and a production team responsible for some of the greatest movies in cinematic history. Now imagine it's a duck. Yep, the main character is an anthropomorphic duck named Howard that does all of those things I mentioned while falling in love with the mom from Back to the Future and managing a rock band. Give me a minute. Let me rethink this video. Nope, I'm still sold. All you haters are wrong. This movie is Howard the Duck from 1986, and this movie is awesome.
I am not Howard anymore.
If you haven't seen it, here's a quick synopsis. Scientists on our planet accidentally pulled Howard from his duck planet to ours with a laser telescope thingy where he meets a woman named Beverly that helps him look for a way back. While trying to return Howard, the machine malfunctions and pulls another creature into our world, inhabiting the body of Dr. Jennings, who slowly becomes more monstrous. Dr. Jennings plans to use the laser spectroscope to bring more of his alien buddies to our planet, and Howard has to destroy the spectroscope, preventing the Dark Overlords from taking over Earth, but also destroying his only way back to his duck planet. Since he's stuck here on Earth, he might as well manage Beverly's rock band and bang a shit ton of groupies. Okay, I'm not 100% sure about that last part, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that's what he's doing. Oh, and I know what some of you sick bastards are thinking. Adam, you showed clips from the movie and you forgot the most important part. How could you not show the most memorable part of this movie? You didn't show the duck boobs, Adam. Well, fine. Let's get that part out of the way and move on like adults. Here, duck boobs. I hope you're happy. I'm gonna get demonetized so that you can see duck tits. Totally worth it. So why do so many YouTubers do reviews on how bad this movie is? Is it really that bad? I mean, sure, it's really cheesy and campy and full of dad jokes and duck puns, but in my humble opinion, I think it does exactly what it set out to do. I'm convinced that the filmmakers are in on the joke and know exactly what kind of movie they were making. It's meant to be cheesy and ridiculous. I'm convinced that the actors were told to ham it up a bit and play their roles a bit more cartoony than normal. This character was originally in comic book form, and there were also talks of doing an animated version of this before it ended up being a live-action movie. I would bet that the filmmakers wanted to make a live-action cartoon, and if that is the case, they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. Think about it. A child watching a cartoon laughs at the silly characters being wacky, while the adults are surprised at the level of violence and adult themes that are found throughout. Now imagine a live-action version of a classic cartoon like Tom and Jerry. Would it look and feel pretty much exactly like this movie? I bet it would. I think the filmmakers set out to make a live-action cartoon that hit a lot of those cartoon tropes and could be entertaining to both kids and adults. I think they set out to make this movie cartoonish and assumed that we would be in on the joke with them and enjoy the ride. But unfortunately for them, most people weren't in on the joke. It flopped at the box office and critics tore it apart. For me, it was different. I watched this as a kid and followed along with a smile in the cartoonish first act and was terrified during the darker and almost horror-feeling third act. It had everything that my favorite cartoons had and was an interesting and entertaining original movie in an era where filmmakers took wild and crazy chances. And even as an adult, I'm entertained and I think it's still a fun watch. Taste in movies is obviously very subjective. The things that you like may differ wildly from the things that I like. But I do believe that people dismiss this movie for its cartoon premise and like to make fun of it partially because, as a serious movie buff, you shouldn't like this type of trash. So let me know in the comments what you think about this movie. Did you watch it as a child? Does it still hold up for you today? Does it deserve the hate? Or does it deserve another watch? And what kind of voodoo magic is Leah Thompson doing to look so good at age 60, and where do I sign up? These are all really important questions that deserve answers, so feel free to discuss below. And while you're doing that, I'll work on the next video. So why don't you...
Bug off!
Excuse me?
I said beat it!